Well, yet again, we're getting these sort of very mixed signals out of the president here. On the one hand, he's saying that we're now talking to a more reasonable regime, when in fact, if anything, the new regime in Iran, the IRGC, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, has dug in so far and appears to be even more hardline than it was a few weeks ago. He's saying we're talking to a more reasonable regime at the same time as he's saying that if they don't open the Strait of Hormuz immediately, we'll conclude our lovely stay in Iran by blowing up and completely obliterating all of their electric generating plants, oil wells and Kharg Island, and possibly all desalination plants. Now, Caroline Levitt, the president's spokesperson, was asked at a briefing today, wouldn't the bombing of civilian infrastructure, such as a desalination plant, which of course turns salty water into drinkable water, wouldn't that be considered a war crime?
Of course, this administration and the United States Armed Forces will always act within the confines of the law. But with respect to achieving the full objectives of Operation Epic Fury, President Trump is going to move forward unabated, and he expects the Iranian regime to make a deal with the administration.
And even the Australian Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, last night on 7:30, saying that he needs clarity. He doesn't know how much longer this war will go, and he said the conflict has achieved its objectives. So allies such as Australia are wondering when this war will come to an end. But there's about 50,000 US Marines and other soldiers in and around Iran at the moment. More are on their way. And so if anything at this point, unless this trajectory changes, unless Donald Trump is using this as leverage, at this point the possibility of intensification and even ground troops going into Kharg Island or other parts of Iran are increasing rather than decreasing.